What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Path to Platinum yet again, this time covering one of the finest remakes I've seen in the current gen, and it's going to be Modern Warfare Remastered. This game doesn't necessarily take too long to platinum, given I got mine within a few days of playing. However, there are definitely some grueling moments that will test your mettle and require a shit ton of patience, some mad skills, and unfortunately a little luck. That being said, let's jump right in. And before we begin, note I will only be going over trophies I deem could be potentially missable. No story-related trophies or otherwise trophies that are too easy. Also, I'd like to take a moment to say, if you're a hardcore trophy hunter like me, and you want to see more guides, then I'd really appreciate it if you could support my channel. Leave a like and subscribe if the video helps you out, and also, come check out my live streams over on Twitch, where I trophy hunt the majority of my life away. Now, with most games, I like to get the collectibles out of the way first, so with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the intel, and then we'll go over all the miscellaneous trophies afterwards. Now, because the intel isn't too difficult to find and doesn't require that much explanation, I'm going to provide some advice and my most helpful tactics for getting through this game's veteran difficulty. That being said, with veteran difficulty, I think it's very important to know how checkpoints work in this game. I truly think it's vital to beating veteran, and it makes the grind a whole lot easier in my opinion. To that end, I'm going to explain a hypothetical situation to you that can occur. Let's say you're in a big firefight. In many levels in the game, you are given an objective along with a fucking bajillion dudes shooting at you while you try to complete them. A trend I quickly picked up on in this game is that checkpoints usually have little to do with actually killing your enemies. Sure, killing enemies can definitely help you reach those checkpoints, however, checkpoints themselves seem to function in a way that requires you to move from point A to point B. I find if you just stand in one spot and try to clear out every enemy in order to advance safely, more often than not, every enemy you kill is almost immediately replaced, and I find this happens constantly. It quickly makes you feel like there's no point in ever fighting. When you kill an enemy, it should always be about killing the ones that prevent you from moving forward, which most of the time means the enemies closest to you. Always be moving up towards your objective, or if there is no objective that requires you to do so, simply move forward through the level, using whatever cover you can find. If done properly, you will be rewarded with a checkpoint, and then at that point, dying doesn't matter, and I find this is really the best way to handle the majority of veteran difficulty. It honestly makes veteran feel more like a pain in the ass than anything. Killing your enemies almost never feels rewarding, and avoiding battle whenever possible is usually much more appealing, and I think it's a lame way to handle higher difficulties in shooter games. For example, in the level one shot, one kill, at the very end of the level, you have a massive gunfight that is just quite literally nothing short of ridiculous. There's like 700 dudes coming at you all at once from every angle. They all try to flank you, and it just quickly gets out of control. And the only logical choice seems to be to hide and wait it out using a cheap trick or the like. But even then, it's completely luck-based because you can get killed by a random grenade half the time, and there will be nothing you can do about it. Or when you finally are forced to come out of cover, once the helicopter arrives, you gotta pick up Macmillan and bring him to the chopper. Doing this, you're completely helpless while carrying him, and you could just be gunned down on your way to the chopper, and there will be nothing you can do about it, and it's just pure bullshit. And I don't know why anyone thinks this is a good idea to have moments like these on the harder difficulties. It's not fun, and no level of skill is helping you through the situation like this. It's just complete luck, and that means it's completely out of the player's control, which is in no way, shape, or form any sort of fun for anyone. Nobody enjoys moments like these. It's just painful for perfectionists like us who have to trudge through it for the trophies. You know what game does it better? Halo. In almost every single game, Halo is a blast to play, and Legendary difficulty never really follows this formula that they do in Call of Duty. In Halo, dudes spawn, you kill them all using your own skill, and you advance by killing. Enemies aren't seemingly infinite, and they don't act as a barrier to prevent you from getting through the game. Halo does it way better in my opinion, which makes me even more sad that I could never play it being a hardcore PlayStation guy. But I digress. Veteran can be pure bullshit at times, and the best way to counteract the bullshit is if you know how the game functions on a fundamental level. That being said, this is the best advice I can offer you guys, and I truly do hope it helps you out. Alright, now that we got all that out of the way, like I said, I truly hope that helps you guys out with Veteran difficulty, but I wish you the best of luck. Otherwise, let's just focus now on the intel. And as you will notice, as you see me gathering all the intel in this footage here, you'll notice that these clips are pretty long drawn out. I tried to include as much footage as possible without being too overbearing in order to give you a good sense of where the intel is, because I notice a lot of guides online, you know, will have like a 10 to 15 second clip of them grabbing the intel. But more often than not, when I'm watching these videos, I'm like, how the fuck is anyone supposed to tell where the hell the intel is if all you record is you literally grabbing it? Like, you gotta, lead up to it, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what I tried to do in my footage here, to avoid infuriating, unprofessional mistakes like that. Being a guide maker myself, I recognize these things very much so when I see them, and go out of my way to avoid them. I think professionalism is extremely important when making a guide of any kind, really, but mostly for video games is where I encounter these issues, and I've learned from them. 9 times out of 10 I've read, you know, someone's guide and they left out a crucial bit of information, and it just ended up making things take 10 times longer than they were supposed to. And it's infuriating because all they had to do was record them saying one extra sentence or write down a few extra lines on their written guide, and you could have avoided a world of fucking confusion. But anyways, once again, I digress. Another thing you'll notice with the footage you're seeing on screen here is that I opted to make things harder for myself, and I tried to get all the well, I mean, I didn't try, I actually did get all the intel on Veteran difficulty because I wanted to save myself the most amount of time and trouble. I wanted to do as much as I could in one sitting without having to redo shit, just to not overcomplicate things. I'm all about optimizing the playthrough, trying to get everything I can within reason. But there were definitely a lot of trophies I had to go back and get on a second playthrough. I didn't have to play through the whole game, and that's something that's great about this game, is that once you beat the game, you know, you have mission select, and the missions aren't too long, especially if you're familiar with every mission. You could very easily run through them all because you know where everything is and what's going to happen. And it doesn't take long at all to get to a certain spot within a mission. Again, because like I said, none of the missions are too long, and they feel so much faster when you're familiar with them. But I am playing it on Veteran, as I said, and sometimes it makes getting these intels quite a challenge, because Veteran's no joke, obviously, and some of the enemies make my job pretty goddamn difficult. I'm making it look clean and easy, but that's the magic of editing. I definitely died many times trying to get a lot of these intels, so don't let the camera fool you. Veteran's a bitch, and I don't like it. I think it's more well done in certain Call of Duty games than others. Each Veteran, I find, is a different experience. But you know, they're all different, and some of them are a lot more asshole than others, and, you know, more than half of this game's Veteran I thought was really easy, but the second half was just an asshole. Now, actually, speaking of intel, this one I need to talk about. You see this door at the end of One Shot, One Kill. It's directly across from the Ferris wheel, as you can see. This door is shut. until the very last moment of the mission, during the big-ass gunfight, when you gotta get McMillan on the chopper, and all these guys are coming endlessly at you. And you'll notice in the footage here, I'm running directly to where they spawn from, and then magically they're all gone when I get here. Video games! But when you get here, it actually magically opens that door. You do have to run over to where the enemies spawn in order for the door to open, and that's the only way. And when the helicopter lands, you're on a timer. If you take too long, you will fail, and you'll have to do the whole gunfight over again. So you better haul ass and grab this fucking intel. It was actually the last one I got for that reason. I could not get that on Veteran for obvious reasons. That is fucking impossible. I don't know how anyone would ever get that intel on Veteran difficulty. But as you're going to see, I'm going to get the trophy for all intel to pop any minute now. There it goes. But, yeah, like, getting that intel on Veteran, I'm pretty sure is literally impossible, and I had to go back and get it on Recruit difficulty again for obvious reasons. There's no way you can run into all those soldiers right up to where they spawn in order to get that fucking door to open on Veteran. Like, there's no way. The second you come out of cover, you're gonna die in, like, 2 seconds, potentially. So, it's, yeah. That is probably going to be the only intel you can't get on Veteran. I got every single one in the game on Veteran, except that one. But we got it. Had to go back and get it, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, because even though you can mission select stuff, which is great, that intel is literally at the very ass end of the mission. So I had to play through literally the whole mission over again, which sucked, but, you know, on Recruit, it's really not that big a deal. Like I said, the missions aren't that long, and on Recruit, they're a goddamn joke, so it does not take long at all to backtrack and get any trophies that you miss in this game. So don't worry about missing anything. I talk about, you know, optimizing runs, doing everything in a timely manner and as quickly and conveniently as possible for the player, but in games like this, it's not that mandatory that you do stuff like that, because it's forgiving in the sense that, you know, there's the mission select. It's not like other games where, like, God forbid, like, fucking Call of Cthulhu, it's like an indie game, it sucks. If you've heard of it, never fucking play it or buy it. It's an dog shit, awful game, one of the worst games I've ever played. That game's a cunt, because there's no, fucking chapter select. You have to play the game from the start to the end, and if you miss any collectibles, and I'm speaking from experience, by the way, because I platinumed the game, if you miss any collectibles, you gotta restart the game from the beginning, and it's pure fucking bullshit. Games like that, very unforgiving when it comes to collectibles, which is why, you know, when you have mission selecting games like this, it's a godsend. It really helps trophy hunters out, for sure. Here's the final intel, and we're about to be done with the intel, so there's all your intel collecting needs. We are done with the intel. We will be moving on to the miscellaneous trophies now, and it's gonna be a right good time, but that's all the intel. And last thing I'll quickly say about the intel is that if you go into a level and pick up intel, you can literally save and quit, and the intel still keeps. Like, you don't have to worry about losing it, and you don't have to wait for a checkpoint. So, if you want to just quickly grab an intel that you missed, just know that you can do that. Anyways, as you can see, this is me going for the best of the best and the new Squadron record trophies. You get both by going for best of the best. You have to get under 15 seconds during the training course in fucking New Guy, which is the first level in the game. And this is apparently Infinity Ward's best time on the course, so you just gotta beat it in order to get the trophy. Now, I'm gonna show it a second time here, slowed down, so you guys can keep up with what I'm doing. Now, apparently you lose points for hip firing, but as you can see, it's really not a big deal, because I do it the entire way through, except for the very end with the last 2 targets, and I still get the required amount, so it totally doesn't matter. But, yeah, just be quick. It's all about knowing where the targets are and being ready for them, and to really never stop moving. Even, as you can see, even with the last 2 targets, I'm simultaneously backing up towards the end while I'm shooting them. So you never want to be wasting time, and this, it's really not that difficult. It just requires a shitload of, well, not really a shitload of practice, but it's going to take you a few tries, definitely, for sure. But it's really doable. It's not that difficult. I believe in you guys. That's that one. Alright, next we're going to have no rest for the weary, stab an injured or crawling enemy. So any enemy that goes down after you shoot them and they're not fully dead, just knife them. Easy peasy. Daredevil, kill an enemy while blinded by a flashbang. Now, apparently you can actually use your own flashbang to blind yourself and kill an enemy like that. So you could use your own flashes, apparently. But I did it this way because this room, the enemy is scripted to always throw a flash grenade as soon as you walk in the room. You'll hear one of your teammates call out, "Flashbang!" And then you could just fucking shoot the guy. You know where the door is, you know where he's coming from. It's not that hard. So that's how I got that one. The trophies in this game just seem so buggy to me. Like, sometimes the picture doesn't load, or they take, like, 5 years to pop. I didn't really need to show this trophy, but I'm doing it anyway because I have the footage of me getting it. I figured, why not? Kill 3 enemies in a row with your knife. This is easily doable on recruit difficulty. You could do it in any mission, really, but I did it on Crew Expendable because I was going for this trophy, which is Desert Storm. Find the Desert Eagle in Crew Expendable and kill 5 enemies with it. There is one enemy. Actually, I think there might be 2 enemies. 1 or 2, I'm not really sure, that has the Desert Eagle. It's going to be this next guy coming up. He jumps out and tries to ambush you, but you kill him. Take the Desert Eagle. And as you can see, it's only got a few bullets, but that's why I think maybe there might be a second dude somewhere, because I've definitely done this level before and had more bullets in the clip in the Desert Eagle one other time that I did it. So I don't know how I must have picked up ammo. My only guess is that there's a second guy around there somewhere. But yeah, you just come up here. If you can only find the one guy, and I'm wrong about there being a second guy, then you should have exactly enough bullets to kill them all. On recruit, they'll all die in one shot. As long as you hit them dead on, like in the torso or around that area, in that region somewhere. And there you go. That's going to be the trophy. It's really not that hard. If you fuck it up, press pause, restart checkpoint. You know the drill. Master Ninja! Complete a level using only your knife to kill enemies. Again, highly recommended you do this on recruit. Honestly, just do every trophy that isn't veteran related on recruit difficulty. I'm just gonna say that right now. Makes them all easier, obviously. But yes, this trophy requires you to only use your knife. I am going to show the entirety of the level. It's I know it may seem intimidating at first, but honestly, there's not a lot of fighting in this level. There's only 2 real parts that you have to worry about in terms of dying. On recruit difficulty, that is. But this trophy's very doable, very easy, which is why I'm showing it to you on the first level. It's not technically the first level, because there's fucking new guy, but there's no enemies in fucking new guy, so you can't get the trophy there. So this is technically the first level. And, you know, it's not a tutorial, so... But yeah, so this is the first group of enemies that are actually fighting you. I don't count the guys upstairs because your guys take them out so quick, it's like they're not even there. And you literally don't have to do anything. But as long as you only knife, you're good, man. You're in the clear. Also, you can use flash grenades. It won't disable the trophy if you flashbang people. So use your flashbangs all you want. You don't have to worry about ruining the trophy by using them. And it makes things a little easier. Again, we are on recruit, so it shouldn't really matter. But you could still die on recruit if you take a bullshit melee attack from an enemy. So if you just want to, you know, eliminate the threat altogether, you could always flashbang before you run up and start going Rambo on everyone. But the enemies, I find, just really conveniently positioned themselves for me when I was going for this trophy. Like, a lot of them singled each other out. And you'll also notice, like, because it's recruit, your allies actually do a lot of the work for you. You don't really notice it too much on higher difficulties, especially on veteran. It doesn't feel like your allies do anything. There's Price, literally cock-blocking my flashbang there. That really sucked. I was pretty upset when that happened. Fucking Price! But, yeah, like, look, everyone just, like, spaced themselves out perfectly, and it was beautiful. Like, nobody was right next to each other, so I didn't have to worry about running into a crowd to get my knife kills. That was convenient, because the guy was on the other side of the wall, so I was all good. And this is the last fight. Like, this is the only real big gunfight that you have to worry about in the level. And these last few guys, my allies just take them out. And like I said, they're incredibly useful on recruit difficulty, so they do most of the work for you. You probably... I actually don't know if the trophy will pop if you don't use your knife at all. I imagine you have to knife at least one person in order to get the trophy. Like, because I was thinking about it while I was doing it. I was like, would I get the trophy if I literally didn't kill anyone and just let my allies do all the work for me? But I didn't want to risk the bullshit of it not popping, so I went for the knife kills, obviously. And again, on recruit, not a big deal. It's not that difficult, so don't really have to worry about, you know, losing your life. Again, unless you take a bullshit melee hit, but it's fine if you die, whatever. Restart checkpoint, try it again. Not a big deal. And that's going to be Master Ninja. But again, my trophies are so wonky in this game. I don't know what it is. Like, does anyone else have that problem? The trophies for me take fucking forever to pop. I don't know why. And, like, sometimes the picture doesn't load and shit. And I've even had one of my trophies glitch. I'll talk about that later. Your show sucks! Destroy all TV showing Al-Asad's speech. This can be done in the level Charlie Don't Surf, I believe it's called. You got first two TVs right at the beginning of the level here in the first building. But this trophy's a bit of a bitch. It actually took me 3 times of going through the entire level, start to finish, because I just kept missing TVs, and it was really fucking annoying. But, here's the next one. In this, in that there house there. But yeah, it took me 3 attempts. Sucked. I hated every minute of it. This trophy definitely pissed me off, because it took way more time than it should have. But, those are going to be the next 2. Skip ahead a bit, up to the, radio station, or whatever you want to call this. News network place? Building? What? Wait for you guys to breach. You can get inside. And there's a shitload of TVs in this building, obviously. But, yeah, I fucking just kept missing one, and it was really annoying me. Because there's a ton of TVs in here. You're gonna see one of these rooms is just jam-packed with them. And, for that reason, I highly recommend being thorough and seriously taking your time before actually finishing the level. Because if you rush it and miss one, like, you're gonna have to do the entire level over again, which, as I said, is very annoying. But, just up ahead in this next room here, we're gonna have the main big-ass room with a shit billion amount of TVs. That first one's real sneaky. It's like facing the wall off in the corner. It's very easy to miss it. I try to show me shooting as many of them here as I can before the enemies start, you know, waving their dicks around when they all start ambushing you in this room. Because the enemies, like, shoot them. Like, you're definitely not gonna be able to shoot every single TV. There's definitely gonna be some TVs that get blown out by just incoming enemy fire, or your allies, or maybe a grenade that was thrown. Like, you're not gonna see every single TV. But as long as you, like, take your time, look around. Fucking phone is noisy. I should mute it. But, as long as you take your time, look around, be thorough, make sure you got every single one before you finish the level, you should be good. But the most of them are in here, and if you're going to miss a TV, if that happens, it's most likely definitely one of the TVs in this room. So just make sure you take them all out. I don't think the ones that are just showing the color lines count. Like, as you'll see when I'm shooting these groups of TVs out, there's some of them that just have the rainbow color lines, like you can see there. I don't think those ones matter because they're not actually showing the speech, but I shot them anyway, just because why not? I actually don't know if they count, but I don't want a chance not getting the trophy on some bullshit like that, so I shot out every single one. Cleaning up the last few enemies. We don't forget these 2 on the ceiling, just outside these office rooms. Very important. Easily missable. I'll show you in a sec where it is. if I'm gonna do it. There we go. That one, and there's one to the right of it as well. That one there. And then there's one in this room. This was actually the one that I kept missing on my 3 attempts. I missed this one every time. As you can see, one of the enemies already shot it on my 3rd attempt, which is bullshit. But in a way, it's good that I missed it, because if I had have completed this 3rd attempt again without having shot it, one of the enemies took it out, and I probably would have got the trophy. Which wouldn't have been good, because I wouldn't have showed you where it was, and I wouldn't have known. So, I'm actually happy that I went in there and found it. And then in the last room, you want to be quick in here and destroy the TVs ASAP, because once you get in this room, your guys are scripted to have a little conversation, and then the mission ends. So if you don't destroy these TVs in time before their little conversation is over, you will miss your chance to break these TVs. So just be quick about it. You have more than enough time to do it. And that's going to be all the TVs for Al-Asad's speech. So that's all of them. There's their locations. It's not hard, but it's a little tedious. Rescue Roycewicz. I don't know how the hell to pronounce that. But in this, literally the first gunfight you come up to, it's in the first building you see during the bog mission. As soon as you take out those enemies, you're going to see Private run up these stairs and just kill that guy before he gets up there. If he gets up there before you do, that guy's got a shotgun and he fucking blows him away. It's like an insta-kill. So you do got to be quick, but it's very easy as long as you're in front of him. When it happens, you have ample time to take out the enemy before he takes out your guy. Next trophy, Feel the Heat. Also in the bog, kill all 4 tanks on the overpass with the Javelin missile. So with this trophy, again, it's a bit of a timing issue. I actually missed this trophy on my first playthrough because of the timing issue. I wasn't paying attention. Grab the Javelin literally as soon as it is available to you. The reason for that is because the tanks actually leave as quickly as they show up. So if you miss any of them, it's not that difficult to miss them. So just, again, shoot them as quickly as you see them. As soon as they show up, I actually still end up fucking it up, but I'll show you guys a neat little trick. So I kill these first 2 tanks, and then 2 more show up immediately after them. But you're gonna see, I'm looking around for them, and I don't notice them until they're already fucking gone. Somehow they evaded me, but I actually shoot them. I still get lock-ons on them through the buildings, but I don't think I killed them in time. Like, I think this last one got away before I killed him, and I didn't get the trophy. So what I did was I reloaded checkpoint, as you can see, and then the last 2 tanks actually reset their positions. So as you can see, I can see him on the bridge before he evades me. And I take them out, and because it checkpointed me after I killed the first 2 tanks, when I kill these 2, it counts as killing all 4. So you can, that just goes to show you, you can fuck it up, and you're able to rectify it by restarting checkpoint. So that's pretty nice. If you miss the tanks, you can just restart checkpoint. Not if you miss the first 2, though. If you miss the first 2, you're kind of fucked. But as long as you get the first 2, you can use the checkpoint to get the last 2. Moving on! Man of the People! Save the Farmer! This is right at the beginning of the mission, The Hunted. Literally, the first enemies you come across are going to stumble upon this old man. And you will have an opportunity to save his life. If you wait it out, if you wait too long, the enemies will kill him. And I actually didn't know this. This was another one I missed on my first playthrough. But the second price says, alright, let's take him out. You have full freedom to cap him. And then there you go. All you gotta kill is that first guy who's directly in front of the farmer. And the farmer will be guaranteed saved. None of the other guys will kill him. As long as you kill the first dude, it's all good. And there you go. That's how you save him. Pretty fucking easy. Just gotta be quick. A lot of these trophies are like that. Reinforcement denied! Kill at least 3 repelling enemies in a single rope. Now, this can be done in many levels in the game, but I think this is the first time you're really able to do it. I don't remember any choppers dropping in dudes before this moment, but hey, there might be. Maybe I just missed them. But I noticed these guys rappelling down this helicopter, and yeah, just shoot them as they're sliding down. Pretty easy, as long as you have an accurate weapon. which you start with in this level. And I got him. There you go. Easy peasy. Straight flush. Kill 5 enemies with 1 shot in the AC-130 gunship. Now, this can only be done in the Death from Above level. The entirety of the level is spent piloting the AC-130, so... And it's the only level where you're in the AC-130, so this is the only way you can get it. But you can get the trophy on literally the first mob of guys you see. There is 6 guys in a line right there, if you count. It's a bit of a shot. It took me a few tries to get that shot, to kill all 6 guys in one hit. It's got to be properly timed. But I did get the trophy on that group of guys. You're not going to see it pop here because I stopped recording foolishly before it popped. Explosion Man! Kill 20 enemies with explosives in a single level. I believe this is the Shock and Awe level, if I remember correctly. This level, you're going to start in a helicopter, and the gun that you're actually operating is a grenade launcher. So whenever you shoot, they count as explosives. And this is a great way to get this trophy. But yeah, during the first half of this level is spent in the helicopter. Kill as many guys as you can. What you're seeing now is actually footage of the end of the level, which is the second time you get in the helicopter. That's how this level is. You spend the first half of it in the helicopter, then you get out, you're on foot, you're fighting guys for a bit, and then you get back in the helicopter towards the end of the level, which is what you're seeing now. And the trophy actually didn't pop for me until my second time in the helicopter towards the end of the level. So just keep that in mind. If you don't kill enough guys at the beginning, in the first part, you can clean up the last few kills that you need and get the trophy during the second part, which is what happened for me. So make sure you play the entire level out. Don't just quit when you don't get enough kills during the first half and you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to retry. You don't have to do that. You can play the level out and see if you get it. I'm trying to save you time here, alright? But that's going to be that one. Next up, Man vs. Machine. Alert the enemy helicopter in All Ghillied Up and take it down. Now, you are going to have to play this level multiple times to get all the trophies in this level, because one of the trophies requires you to do the entire level stealth and not alert anyone. So obviously you can't go for that and this one at the same time. But if you go up into the sniper's nest, as you can see, I grabbed a stinger. He's got him for some unknown reason. And you gotta be quick to get this helicopter's attention before he flies away. Just shoot at him. He'll easily turn back around and come at you. And you gotta take him out of the sky quick, because he will fuck you up if you don't kill him in time. But there you have it. That's gonna be Man vs. Machine. There you go. Easy peasy. A lemon squiddy. Dogs! I hate dogs! What a name for a trophy. Kill 20 attack dogs with your knife. This trophy's bizarre, and I have no idea why it's in the game. It feels really odd. Actually, I highly recommend not doing what you're about to see me do here, which is I go for this trophy on veteran difficulty. The reason why you shouldn't do that is because on veteran difficulty, dogs always go for the grapple attack. As you can see, every dog that jumps at me ends up going for the insta-kill. But if you do this on recruit, dogs don't always go for the insta-kill, so you have plenty of time to knife dogs on recruit difficulty. But this is a great spot to do it during All Ghillied Up. If you just alert the dogs here, there's a ton of them to kill, and you could just farm the dogs here for 20 knife kills. Pretty easy. Again, you can't go for this if you're going for the stealth trophy, so you'll have to get it separately. But that's that one. Great spot to farm it. Ghillies in the Mist and Retro Shooter. So this was the trophy I was just talking about completing this level completely stealth, not alerting any enemies. It's important. I'm gonna speed up most of the level because it fucking takes forever to get through the whole level. But I'll always show every moment where there's dudes and slow it down for you so you can see how I take care of them. But I think a good guideline for this trophy is to just always pay attention to what Macmillan's saying, because if you use him as a guide and always follow his directions, you can more or less get the trophy without even really needing to watch how to do it. But most people, I imagine, are going to watch anyway because they want to know. But I'm just saying, Macmillan is a good way of, like, knowing what you should do at what time. Because he always tells you, like, what to do. But anyways, gonna show you how to do it anyway, because wouldn't be much of a guide if I didn't. We're gonna run up here, quickly hide before the helicopter shows up. You can get here long before it does, and then just wait it out. And this part takes fucking forever, which is tedious as fuck. And I've super sped it up, but this part takes a million years. As long as you stay straight up Macmillan's ass, always be directly behind him, and keep his booty right in the center of your screen, you should be good. Don't have to worry about any enemies detecting you if you do that. Easy peasy. It's really not that difficult. But just always make sure the guys you shoot at, like, make sure you always go for headshots, or a shot that'll kill them in one hit, because if a guy ever survives, that's pretty much an instant alert. So you want to be careful with your shots, but it's really not that difficult. I'm doing this on recruit difficulty, obviously, because it's easier. And the enemies die more easily on recruit difficulty, so it's all good. At least I think they do. I actually don't know if they have different health pools on the different difficulties. Because, I mean, let's be honest, enemies die super fucking fast in this game, so it's kind of hard to tell. But there you go. Wait for that first guy to stop, shoot him, and then take out his boy. And you'll be all good. You don't have to worry about alerting. Wait till Macmillan gets in position like he tells you to. And then once he says he's ready, you can go ahead and shoot one of these guys. He'll automatically kill the other one. So you're all good there. And then you can move up. There's only the 4 guys out on this path. As long as you do exactly what you just saw me do, you should be good. Don't have to worry about alerting. This guy's easy peasy to take out. As soon as you see him, give him a good pop in the head. And once Macmillan comes over here, you can just chill. There is a guy who walks by, but Macmillan takes him out for you. So no worries there. You can just let him do it. And I was also trying to get the Retro Shooter trophy, which requires you to beat a level without reloading. And you actually have exactly enough bullets in your sniper clip to complete the entire level without having to reload. So that's why I went for both trophies during this run. You could also get the Retro Shooter trophy during the Master Ninja trophy when I did Crew Expendable earlier in the video with just my knife. You would also get the trophy from doing that. So either or, doesn't matter. But I opted to include it in this part because I don't really know why. I felt like it, alright? But there you go. This is the last guy you have to worry about. Snipe the sniper. And there you go. Well, actually, I guess the dogs, you have to worry about them too. But the dogs are easy. You could just literally walk right by them. And just to let you know, in case you're curious, whenever you walk past this dog, even if you follow exactly where Macmillan, like his pathing, even if you stay right behind him, the dog will always notice you as you're walking by. Like, he'll either growl or bark at you. And you'll fully, like, if you look at him, you will fully notice him, like, look at you. So clearly, he knows you're there. But it doesn't count as an alert for some reason. So, I think it's, like, unless you actually piss the dog off and then there's, like, 500 dogs coming at you, I think that counts as an alert. So just don't do that, and you should be good. As you can see, the dog was fully looking at me. But it's all good. I still get the trophy, so no worries there. And there's no enemies after that, so you're completely in the clear. I don't know if you can alert that helicopter that flies by. This part was really annoying, but I left it in the video just to show you that this can happen. If you go way too quickly and run past Macmillan, he will actually come to a dead stop, and he will wait his ass for you to come back, which is bullshit, because I know exactly where to go, and I just wanted to hurry up and finish the level. But he fully comes to a complete dead stop, waits his ass for me, which is, again, pure bullshit, but, you know, tedious video games, stuff like that. You gotta wait for the stupid NPC. That's in a lot of video games that I've played in my life, so it's not like that's the first time I've ever seen that. But there you go, Ghillies in the Mist, and Retro Shooter's gonna pop shortly after that. Boom, there it is. And we're good. A couple more trophies for you in the bag. Now, next up is Time Paradox, the very next mission, one shot, one kill. This is a hidden trophy. It's actually an Easter egg to kill Makarov and complete your mission. Makarov is the main enemy in the Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I believe. And he was included in the remaster here, added to this scene as an Easter egg because in, I think, Modern Warfare 2, there's a scene of Makarov, or actually it might be Modern Warfare 3. There's a scene of Makarov at this event. And so they added him in the remaster, which was actually really cool. Like, great attention to detail. But we're going to take the shot, and you do unfortunately have to shoot both this guy and Makarov in order to get the trophy. I don't know why that's a thing, because the trophy only says to kill Makarov and not this guy. But you do have to shoot them both, which is annoying, but hey, we're going to go for it. And I wait till the very last moment, right before Macmillan's like, take the shot, now's your chance, you're not going to get another shot, because the wind dies down right around that time. You'll see the flag just completely stop moving. When that happens, when the little red flag comes to a dull stop there, you got free reins to take a shot at him right about there, and then line it up, take out Makarov as well. As you can see, there was a little bit of a curve there for Makarov, so it's probably going to take you a few tries to get that right, to kill the both, but if you can manage to do so, you get your trophy. Bada bang, bada boom. There you go. Time Paradox. That's how you do that one. And then you haul ass, get the hell out of there. We good. We good. There's your next trophy. Alright. Moving on to the next one. We got Roadkill. Kill 2 enemies by blowing up a car in the single-player campaign. There's many opportunities to get this trophy. It's actually really not that difficult. But I got it here because I hadn't got it up until this point. And it's a really easy way to get it. Just put a shit ton of claymores next to all the cars. And as you'll notice, as soon as the enemies make their way to the front line, all the cars explode because they trip the claymores. There you can see 2 bodies fly out. Both those guys were killed by the car explosion. And easy way to get it, I think, because there's a shitload of cars in this area. The man in the high tower. Find and use the hidden cache in heat. This is right at the beginning of the level. Just run over to the church. Head up inside the tower, and you will find the hidden cache filled with 1 million RPGs. Why are those there? Who fucking knows? But the trophy does say find and use the hidden cache, so I guess you got to use all the RPGs in here. I don't actually know, but I use them all just because why not? Shot every single shot, and you'll get your trophy shortly after that. It's all good. There you go. Now, immediately after this part in the level, Price is going to tell you to fall back to the minigun, and that is your first opportunity at the trophy Flyswatter, which requires you to kill or destroy 8 enemy helicopters in this level. And you are going to have to shoot down all 5. There's going to be 5 helicopters that show up, and you're going to want to be quick, because if you wait too long, they do fuck off. So just make sure you kill them as soon as they show up. Also, as you can see, the tower was blown up just now, directly in front of me, so if you hadn't got the hidden cache by this point, you would have missed it, and you might as well restart the level. But both these segments are right at the beginning of the level, so it's pretty easy to just restart mission and try it again. But there you go, there's the first 5 helicopters. Shoot at them in the order they appear, so that you have more time to get rid of them. They go down extremely easy, as you can see. There's 4, there's number 5, there you are! Little slow in the background, but we got him. And then Price is going to be like, so, fall back! And then this is later on in the level when he tells you to fuck off to the barn to get the Javelin. Your remaining 3 helicopters are going to show up. And you got, conveniently, 3 shots in your RPG, which you can pick up right there. Shoot them from left to right, again, in the order they appear, because that first chopper fucks off real fucking fast, and if you don't shoot him right away, you're going to miss your chance. And the RPGs don't have lock-on, so make sure you have pretty damn good aim. You'll also get the trophy Bird on the Ground for destroying a helicopter with an RPG, so there you go. Easy peasy. That's how you do that one. Moving on. We're going to be looking at Mile High Club! Now this was pure fucking bullshit. I completed Mile High Club. This is my recorded footage of me doing it. You're gonna see me get to the very fucking end, and the trophy glitched for me and didn't pop. And I am doing it on veteran difficulty. I know for a fact I am. You can tell by the fucking damage I take. But, yeah, trophy didn't pop, and it glitched for me, which was full-on fucking bullshit. It's one of the most bullshit things that has ever happened to me in a video game. Because this segment is hard as shit. It's easily the hardest thing to do in the game. This trophy will gatekeep you from the platinum if you can't manage to do it. But here you go. This is me doing it real quick, and I'm gonna show you a slowed down version immediately after this, and we're gonna analyze it more in depth, go over exactly what's happening. But yeah, full on fucking bullshit. I'm gonna have to do this again, which this took me like 45 minutes of constantly trying it over and over, which is bullshit that I have to do it again. But here we go, slowed down version. So I skipped the guy at the start. Sometimes he kills you for doing that, but I mean, I just want to be quick, and I tried it over and over and over. But there you go, kill that first guy, whip a flash grenade. Don't look at it so that you don't flash yourself. Kill these guys. Once you make it to this room, everyone else in the previous room, more often than not, doesn't matter. Sometimes they'll still shoot you and kill you, but most of the time they don't. So once you get to this part, wait for the hull to breach, whip a flash grenade over there. There's usually a guy behind this wall on the right. He wasn't there for me there because he hadn't gotten there yet, but usually there is a guy there, so just be aware of that. And usually there's a guy who runs down the stairs here too, but if you're quick enough, he actually doesn't run down the stairs, so try to be fast there. We're gonna whip up another flash grenade before we enter this room, and I recommend killing these guys in this order that you see me do it. Kill them as quick as possible as well. Take out those 4 guys, and then immediately move to the next room. If you take a while here, if you take too long, a shit ton of guys will be in this little room right here for magic reasons, and you'll totally get fucked. But there you go, restock your flash grenades on the table there, pick up the new ones and use them on the next room. Throw one in here to flash everyone, and then throw one down the hall to flash the guys down that way. You really only have to worry about these guys at that point. And then once you get to this point, you're in the clear. Like, it's free from here. Then you get to this dude. It would suck to fuck this up if you've got to this point on veteran, because holy shit. This is the easy part. Redoing everything else because you fucked this up would be horrible. But you do have to wait till the very last second here to shoot him in the head. If you try and shoot him literally anywhere else on his body, you will fuck it up and fail. So you do have to wait for the headshot. And he only exposes his head, like I said, at the very last second on the timer. So just wait it out, be patient. And once he shows you his ugly mug, there you go. And that's Mile High Club. This, I made it look easy as fuck, but I'm telling you, this entire segment is, you literally just gotta get lucky. Because if you try to mimic perfectly what I just did, you're gonna die like 500 times. Even though, like, basically what I'm saying here is use the footage you saw of me doing it as a guideline, because it's not going to go exactly the way I just showed you. But more or less, you do get lucky most of the time, and it does go the way I showed you. But there are a lot of times where the enemies do unpredictable things and kill you anyway. So be very aware of that. It is going to unavoidably take you a long time to get that trophy. Don't feel bad. That's how it is for everyone. And last, we're going to talk about Weapon Master. So this is getting a kill with every single weapon in the game. We're going to cover them in the order of the levels that you do. So that was the MP5 you start with in Crew Expendable. Apparently the silenced versions of the weapons count as different weapons, which is bullshit. But this is also a weapon you start with, USB 45 silenced. Getting a kill with your grenade. And a flash grenade as well. I don't know if the flash actually counts, but I did it anyway. Flashed a guy and then shot him just to make sure. First gun that's going to be dropped that you can get is the AK-47. So go ahead and pick that up on the first crowd of enemies you defeat. Get a kill real quick. These guys in this room drop an AK-47 or AK-74U. Apologies. And you can use that to kill the next guy that you're going to see, and he's going to drop you the Desert Eagle, which you can get the Desert Storm trophy at this point as well, if you haven't already got it. But there you go, he drops the Desert Eagle, use that to get a kill. And then when you kill these guys, they're going to drop even more weapons for you that you don't have. Next up's going to be the M9. One of those guys had it. Use that to kill a dude in the next room. Boom, boom, boom. There you go. That's the M9. And those guys also dropped the mini Uzi, which you can also use to kill some dudes. This fucking asshole cock blocks me. I can't get past him. I had to jump over him. Piece of shit. The AIs are so fucking annoying in this game, especially on Veteran. I can't count how many times one of my allies cock-blocked me from getting inside a room, running for my life, and then because they were in my way, I died. But there you go, M21 silenced at the beginning of Blackout, and also your M4A1 SOP mod at the beginning of Blackout. Those are your starting weapons, so just make sure you get 2 kills with each of those. One of these guys that I just took out is going to drop the Scorpion for you, which you can use on the next group of enemies you see. And they are going to drop you an MP5, which you can use on the next group of enemies you see. It's nice because you get, like, I think more than half the weapons you need in the first 2 levels for Weapon Master, so it's pretty great. Your starting assault rifle also starts with a grenade launcher mod, which also counts towards the Weapon Master. So just make sure you get a kill with that. You also start this level with Claymores and C4, which is hella convenient. So on this mob, I decided to use them. Attempt all this on Recruit, obviously. There you go, toss the C4 at him. Killed him with the Claymore. We good. Got those out of the way. One of these guys is going to drop the Dragonov. So you could go ahead and pick that up. Get a kill with it real quick. There's plenty of guys down that hill that you could shoot at. One of those guys also dropped an RPD. So you can go ahead and pick up one of those. Get a kill with it real quick. There you go. Head back over to the corpses. Pick up a RPG. Like, look how many fucking weapons we've covered so far. And it's only the first 2 levels. It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant. But there you go. And you can also get a G3 later in the level from one of these guys. And go ahead and kill someone with that. There you go. And that's going to be it for Blackout. That was every gun I could find. Next up's going to be Charlie Don't Surf. The M4A1 is the weapon you start with, and I think it's different from the SOP mod. I think they're 2 different guns, so just get a kill with that. There's tons of guns on this table if you missed any of those, but we're going to get the shotgun, the W1200. Go ahead and get a kill with that. And there is a USB 45 on the table. So there you go, pick that up. It's unsilenced, so I think it's different from the one you use in Crew Expendable. But again, I don't know if that matters. I'm just doing it anyway to make sure. I really don't know if the silenced weapons count. Get a kill with the Javelin. Very easy to do in the bog. I showed footage of this trophy earlier for the killing the 4 tanks. But this counts as kills, so just take out some of the tanks. You'll get your kill for the Javelin. Never have to worry about it again. And there you go. Next up's the M1911. You start with this pistol at the beginning of the mission, The Hunted. So just go ahead and take out these guys. And they're going to drop a few more guns for you. First is going to be the G36C. So you can go ahead and get some kills with that, since he was kind enough to drop it for you. Well, thank you, good sir. And one of them's also going to drop you the M1014, which is the only other shotgun in the game. Get some kills with that. So shotguns are done. Got those out of the way. This is going to be at the beginning of War Pig. You're going to have to wait for one of your allies to die in order to drop the M16. It's apparently the only way to get the weapon. At least that's the only time I ever remember seeing it. Next up's going to be the Stinger, which we actually already showed this in an earlier trophy, but I'm going to show you again. There's a Stinger up in the sniper's nest during All Ghillied Up. And you could use it to take out the helicopter, like I showed you before, for man versus machine. This will net you that trophy as well if you haven't gotten it already. And just go ahead and take out that chopper, and you'll be all good. There's your Stinger kill in the bag. Boom! Fuck you. And there you have it. Easy kill. Easy, peasy. Moving on. Next weapon is gonna be the P90 silenced. Now, I think this is the only place in the entire game where you can get this weapon, is this one guy. So it's going to be during All Ghillied Up as well, and it's going to be this guy, this unsuspecting, stupid motherfucker, who walks off and gets shot. Idiot. But he's going to have your P90 silenced. There you go. Use it to kill the next mob. And you have to use it to kill these enemies because you will not get another chance to kill another enemy in this level. At least I don't think so anyway. But there you go. Next up's going to be the Barrett 50 cal, which you kind of have to get a kill with it during the one-shot, one-kill mission. It's the sniper you use to take out what's-his-face at the beginning. And when you're running for your life, once they're all coming to kill you after your assassination attempt, you will notice you have an M21 in your inventory, so you could just whip that out and kill some guys with it. Easy peasy. Light machine gun you start with, M249 Saw at the beginning of Heat. Just use it to take some guys out. There you go. There's that. R700 Sniper you start with at the beginning of the Sins of the Father. Literally just take out the first guys you see with it. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Easy. There's a kill with that. The GP25, it's a unique grenade launcher attachment that you can only get on the enemy weapons. You could find it on their AK-47s during the level All In. I think you could actually get it before that moment too, but I don't remember when. And then there's the M60E4, which is at the literally ass end of the game, very last level. During the final gunfight, you have to walk up to that guy and pick it up off his dead body. Obviously, attempt that on Recruit, because Veteran would be suicide. And the guys here drop P90s during Mile High Club. So there you go. Get a kill with the P90, and that's every weapon in the game. Woo! We did it! All trophies! Alright, time to give this bitch a rating. I'm gonna give this bad boy a 6.5 out of 10 in terms of trophy difficulty. For one reason, really, and that's because Veteran mode can feel like such a load of shit at times. There are definitely sections that I feel like you just need to get lucky in order to advance, and that alone is just such bullshit. That and the level of patience and skill required makes Veteran pretty goddamn annoying, and it's definitely going to be a challenge for you to get through, but it's easily the only truly difficult thing to do in the entire game. And if you can overcome Mile High Club, then the plat is as good as got. So it's for that reason that I think this score is pretty fitting and accurate. So I'm happy with it. And with that being said, if this video helped you guys out, I would really appreciate some support so I can keep the guides coming. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Seriously, these videos take such a great deal of time and effort to make, and all the support I can get truly does help me out. And if you want to watch me casually trophy hunt during the day-to-day, you could join me and my small community in the live streams over on Twitch. We're a fun bunch, so come over and chill sometime. We're always happy to see new faces. And with that, I'm out! Have a good one, everybody, and I will definitely see you in the next one! So take care, everyone. Have a good one.